I teach English as a second language, and the number one reason why I don't use textbooks in my English language lessons is because I find that my students don't get excited about speaking when I only use textbooks. They don't get really excited about communicating. They completely freeze. And I remember even my very, very first lesson with a young language learner. He was only about 7, I think. It was in a language school here in Italy, in Florence. And I was working for a language school and they said, okay, today you've got a new student, a little student. I said, but I don't teach little students. I only speak business English. I only teach general English. What am I going to do? And I remember the director of the school said, look, don't worry, he's going to bring his textbook with him. You can just do whatever he's studying at school. I said, okay, all right then. I know, I'll bring some colouring pens with me and we're going to have a whale of a time. It's going to be really, really easy to teach children. And I think it was probably the longest hour of my entire life and of the little students as well. I think it probably seemed to last about 10 hours for him, this poor boy. We did the colouring page. He was learning the parts of the body, did the colouring page he finished it in 10 seconds. I thought, oh my God, what am I going to do now for the next 55 minutes? So then we started studying the textbook, the parts of the body, etc., head, shoulders, hands. And then after 55 minutes of reviewing, repeating, I said, okay, well, what's this? And he couldn't remember. He couldn't remember what it was. Well, what were these? He couldn't remember any part of the body. And I said, okay, look, we've got 2 minutes left. Close the book. Stand up. And I just did what I could think of doing, what I did as a child. And that was just singing the song, heads and shoulders, knees and toes. And then playing a quick game of Simon Says. Simon says, touch your head. Simon says, touch your nose. It was the only thing that I could think of. But in those last 3 minutes, finally, I saw a little smile on his face. And finally, as well, I realized that he could repeat the language. I said, what's this? Head. What are these? Shoulders. In just those 3 minutes. So he learned so much more in 3 minutes than in the rest of the whole of the lesson. And that was like a real light bulb moment for me. And I thought, okay, if I ever open up my own after school program, which then I did after my own son was born, I'm going to teach using the resources that children learn best with, and that is through play. Not only play, I wanted to also use drama. I have a background in drama. I'm also an actor. I have acting training. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to mix these two ingredients. I'm going to make a cocktail of English language learning and drama and play. Mix them all together and let's see what comes out. Let's see if children can really communicate and speak and boost their confidence in speaking in a pressure-free session, in a pressure-free situation without textbooks, without computers, without exams, without worksheets, just us speaking, communicating, role-playing, using our imaginations, using puppetry and dramatizing and storytelling and all of these things that really require active learning, pressure-free, fun activities that would really build their speaking confidence. And then I started only with 3 students and they were borrowed students as well. But then and I had lots of flops as well. I had so many flops, you can't imagine how many to start with. But gradually I learned from those mistakes and gradually my student base grew and grew until other teachers started to ask me about information, and other teachers, independent teachers, schools, even universities said, well, Miranda, what are you doing about teaching English through drama and play? How can we do the same thing? How can we combine textbook learning and also balancing it with play to boost children's confidence in speaking? And so I started to introduce strategies on how to structure lessons and how to use play and drama and singing in lessons for other teachers. And that's what I am still passionate about doing now, about helping other teachers who are feeling maybe frustrated, burnt out, struggling with their lesson content, with engaging their language learners, because we all know that children have very, very short attention spans. So we need constant, fresh content for our lessons. And this is what I'm really, really passionate about helping other teachers from around the world with doing. But that's a little bit about my personal story. But tell me about you. I mean, what do you do? Where are you from in the world? And Do you actually use play and drama already in your lessons? Or do you find it quite a struggle to combine and balance speaking skills and communication skills with textbook learning? Let me know what you do. I'll be really, really interested to know about everything that you do. Let me know in the comments.